I just checking the content.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I'll walk you with the content. Okay, and I'll walk through the content. So let's start. Okay. What is VBA? For people who do not know VBA, I'll say it's a Visual Basic Application Language. Where do we get this Visual Basic Application Language? Okay, it comes embedded with the Windows Office that we see, that we get. Why do we use this particular Visual Basic Application Language? What are the advantages of it? The advantages is that are things that you are not able to do with your normal Excel or PowerPoint or Word. Okay, you would be able to do it with this. The second advantage is it is interoperable, which means that with Excel you can communicate with Word you can communicate with PowerPoint, and from PowerPoint you can communicate to Access. Okay, you can create your own mesh if you want to. Okay, where do we get this particular thing? When you do an Alt F11, okay, you get to see everybody. If you do an Alt F11, you would be able to see this particular window. Alt F11. Okay, this is not only with Excel. You can do the same with Word. Alt F11, you get the VBA IDE. Same goes with PowerPoint. The rules of the training are simple. If you have any doubt anywhere, stop me and ask me. Okay, don't wait for the training to get over so that you can ping me. Okay, even towards the end of the training, I would give you some time to ask questions.
Hi Jeffrey, we are unable to see your screen. Can you?
You're not able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now you should be able to see it. So right now I just opened Excel. Are you able to see the screen right now? I need a quick answer, please.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we are able to.
Okay. So I do an Alt F11 with PowerPoint. I get this screen. I do an Alt F11 with Word. I get this screen. Okay. So I established it that VBA comes embedded with the Office that we install. Okay. There's a history to it since when VBA was get embedded with Microsoft and all those things. Okay, I have already shared some of the PowerPoints, some of the PDFs with you guys. Okay, you can actually go through it. Somebody pinging? Okay. I would appreciate a voice question than a typed question. Okay, if you have a question, just fire it on me. So we are going to learn how VBA with Excel. But if you learn VBA with Excel, you learn the entire VBA because the principle of learning VBA with Excel is exactly the same that you learn with Word, PowerPoint, and Access. However, the objects would be different. Okay. Now, what are the objects and the nitty-gritty of objects? Okay, we will discuss about that in a minute. So I have asked you guys, why do we use VBA? We use VBA for automation of activity. So for example, you have to do few things on your Excel multiple times. For example, I would say I'm writing ABC, okay, and I have to write ABC again, okay, and I have to write ABC again. It's a kind of a repetition. If I choose to write, okay, uh, a function or a macro or a subroutine through VBA on a click of a button or on a click of some key, we should be able to do the repetition, and that we are going to witness in few minutes. Extension to users interaction, I have said that, which means that uh, you want to extend your program or your Excel to doing something uh, which is not possible otherwise in Excel, or it is very difficult. Okay, sometimes the Excel formulas run in many lines. Okay, uh, and it becomes so cumbersome because of there's so many loops, okay, nested ifs that actually come into to picture. So it's better you come out of it and you write your own formula in VBA, okay, and then do your stuff smoothly. Interaction between Office applications, which I have already said. Okay, so if you want, you can send an email through Excel. If you want, uh, you can get data from Access. Okay, if you want, you can actually have things in names and emails in Access and start sending emails. So we're not talking about Access. We're talking about Excel, but the principle remains same. And doing things other way. Okay, you guys would go and read this thing. Okay, once the training is over. Why do I suggest you to read this thing? Because that would give you a permanent memory of what we are saying. Okay. Right now I've not said anything. Okay, but I'm going to say something very important right now. Okay. Uh, so so what? Uh, so the first thing to learn in this programming language would be understanding of the IDE. Okay, which is Integrated Development Environment. Okay. So as I told you, how to get the IDE. You press an Alt F11, you get the IDE. What are the other ways of getting IDE? You go to File and you go to Option and you go to the formula, I guess, not formula. Uh, uh, Customize ribbon. I don't think so. Proofing. I think it should be under general. Okay, you'll get to enable a developer tab on this. I think under proofing. Can anybody very quickly look into Google and look for how to enable the developers tab on this and give me the answer? Uh, yes, no. If you guys taking time, I'll look into Google. How to get developer tab in Excel. Okay, and it is under custom ribbon. Okay, customize ribbon. Fair enough. So we go to File and we go to File and option. Option and customize ribbon, and here I should be able to see a developer tab. Okay, and here's a developer tab. I spotted it. When you get a developer tab, okay, you would be able to see the Visual Basic Editor. You can click on this and get over there. Okay, you can see something which is called macros. Okay, what are macros? Macros are those subroutines that Excel produces. This is all on its own based on the recording of the activity that we do. Okay, I'm going to record a macro over here. Okay, for example, I'll call this macro my first the first macro. Okay, and I would say Control I, okay, to run the macro. Okay, and I want to run the macro on this workbook. Okay, and I can give a description of this. This is going to write text. Okay, now here it is. It has not taken it because it would not appreciate, rather not accept spaces. Okay, so there it goes. So you would see the macro is getting recorded. Okay, I'm writing ABC. Okay, and I'll say X, Y, Z. Okay, and a stop macro. Okay, now let's look what has happened in the background. Some code must have got generated. Okay, and if I see over here in this, some code has got generated. Okay, and what is the code that got generated? It says range 1 select. I have selected it first. Okay, and the formula R1C1 ABC, and then ABC. Okay, if I clear this, and if I clear this all, okay, I have just one line for writing ABC. So what it will do is any of the active cells that I would create, okay, it will write an ABC. How do I create an active cell? Okay, this is an active cell. I've set Control I, okay, for writing it. Okay, I do a Control I, it gets its writing. It gets it written. Okay, so macro, okay, are there for repetitive tasks. The question arises: why do we have to do the programming? Okay, when there are macros. Macros have quite a limitation that it's just a programming thing. Okay, it's just a recording thing. It doesn't have the facilities, the flexibility of programming. What is programming? Okay, programming would mean it would have loops. It would have branching statements like if statement. It would have reusability. It would have classes. It would have objects. Okay. There are the heap of things that the programming is. Okay, what macro is not. Let me close this. Let me also close this. This is one. Okay. Also close this. Guys, you have filled up your attendance sheet. This is very important. If you don't fill up your attendance, your hours would not be counted. Okay, and that would be a disadvantage to you. More. Let's move ahead. So we have spoken about IDE. The next very important thing that I'm going to talk about is model. Model. What is a model? object model. Uh, in a house, you see there are a lot of things. In this house, if you see, there's a car. Okay. In this house, there must have been a TV. Okay. In this house, there must have been a fridge. In this house, there must have been a phone. Okay. And a washing machine, at least. Okay. So these are objects. Okay. So what is an object? Anything, okay, is which is holdable. Okay, which has got some property. Okay, and has got some functioning. Okay. At least we can say this. So the object, okay, necessarily it should have some kind of property functioning, okay, and some kind of an event. So let's talk about the object of Excel. Okay, now imagine if Excel were a house. What is this short ID? Do you want me to add this person too? Is this okay? So if you imagine this house to be this Excel to be a house, okay, then we can very easily kind of create an analogy to the objects of this house. So what can be the objects for this house? So a sheet can be an object. Okay, this is another sheet, and this is another object. The object, like your fridge, okay, it has got fruits. Okay, so this is a range. Okay, a range can have range is an object. Okay, now the range has got a cell. Okay, the cell can be an object. Okay, so let's kind of read those objects in the slightest of a detail. Okay, so if you call Excel an application, means if you call an Excel an house, you would have an add-in in Excel. Okay, I do have an add-in right now. I don't have an add-in. Okay, one of my room is empty. That would mean. Okay, then I have window. Okay, I have workbook. Okay, now window. What do you mean by window? So the input output thing that we do, okay, is window. We need to update. Where do we need to update? Please somebody help. Okay. So something that we call an operating system, the input output thing. Okay. Now if we examine workbook, we were examining workbook. Okay, so we were examining workbook. Workbook would have lot of objects. Okay, if you see, these are all objects. This is a ribbon. Okay, this has under the ribbon there would be a lot of objects. Okay, for example, I mean if I go formally, the workbook would have a chart. Nobody would disagree with me. I mean, the workbook would have a name. Okay, nobody would disagree with me. The VB projects. Okay, this is behind the screen. Okay, I would have. This is a workbook. Okay, and it has got a VB project. Okay, and nobody is going to disagree with me. Okay, where are you, man? Okay. It has got window, and then we will move to worksheet. Worksheet is very important. Okay, worksheet. This entire thing. Okay, this entire thing is called workbook. Okay, a collection of workbook would be Application, Excel application. Excel application would have lot of workbook. Okay, and each workbook would have worksheets. We are making worksheets. So worksheets. Okay, and the worksheet would have chart, comment, hyperlink, name, page setup, pivot table, range, etc. Okay. So we have seen and we have covered a very important concept, okay, of Excel, that is called objects. We have covered objects. Now this object you would have uh, to to understand the importance of this. The importance of this object is that it will come times and times again, times and times again. So this is the foundation stone of what we are going to learn from now. Okay. Then we come to method. Okay. So method is what is a method? Okay, method is like a verb. Okay, it's like a function, like a procedure. The method. Okay, like
So,
go ahead.
yeah, so sorry to interrupt you. Like you said, under applications, those properties you spoke about, if you scroll up. So, all that is as a whole is called object, or
No, no.
like,
Okay. Okay. Application is an object. Okay. Okay. Add-in is an object. Window is an object. Workbook is an object. Chart is an object. Name is an object. So there is a hierarchy over here. Okay. The application, and then we put a dot. Okay. Then we can go to workbook. Then we put a dot, and then we can go to chart.
okay,
Then we can go to or when we do a workbook, we do a dot, we do a worksheet, then we go to a name. I'll show you. You ask a question, okay, and you'll get an answer over here. See, for example, application, dot. Okay, I'll say workbooks. Okay, dot. Okay, count. Okay, so I have got workbooks. Okay, application was an object. Workbook was an object under application. Okay, and then under the workbook, I have an object, not an object. I have a function called count. Okay, now if I say over here, okay, item. Okay, and then item would also have an object. Okay, active sheet. Okay, and there is no object beyond it. Okay. So this is what we are talking about, objects. Question clear? Answer clear? Is the answer clear?
yeah, sure, yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Now we have a method. Okay, what is a method? Method is the activity that the object would do. Okay, like your phone rings. Okay, it's the activity that it does. Uh, like your AC cools down the room's temperature. Is the activity it does. Okay, so the object, okay, would do something. Okay, um, and that doing of it, okay, that doing property or that doing method, okay, would be its method. So it's the verb of the object. Clear? Okay. We are missing on one more thing. If where is that thing? Okay. Now we are talking about property. Okay. So we have spoken about object, method, and now we will talk about property. Property, what is a property? Okay, not the real estate property that I'm talking about. Okay, but the property is one attribute. Okay, that the object carries. Like the color of my dining table is beige. The color of this light is yellow. The color of the room is something. My name is XYZ. Sandeep's Oza name is Sandeep Oza. Okay. So please forgive me for that, Sandeep. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, I'm Sandeep Kumar here.
I thought it's I was talking Sandeep Oza. Is he there or not there? My dear friend Sandeep Oza.
I'm here. I mean, it's
Okay.
okay. No problem. You can take mine.
So here we are. Okay. So we have all the object would have method. Okay. Property. What else? Event. Okay. Event is is something that happens. Okay. Is the interrupt after which it reacts. Okay. So we are talking something like a human being. A human being would do some action, would have a name. Okay. And would have kind of a kind of a point is to react to something. Okay. So we'll talk about it. Okay. So I'll have to take an example of I'll have to show you an example of the method. Okay. So I'll just copy for the benefit of time. I'll just copy the statement. I'll just explain the statement. I have not started with programming at all right now. So mind you. Okay. So don't get panicked. Okay. Even if you don't understand. Okay. The application was an object. Active document is the document that we are in, and save is the method of that object. SAVE, save. Okay, is the method of active document. Means this document would get saved when I run this particular command. Save as. If I choose to say save as, okay, it would be saved as something. So I think I have made the distinctions of method, objects, okay, and properties clear. Properties, I'll give you an example for this. Okay. I'll have to copy these two lines together. And I am going to run these lines. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. If I run this, and if I come over here, okay, I should see a hello world over here. Hello world, okay, is what? Hello world is the value that we have given to a particular cell. Okay, that is A1. So this is the value that we have given to a cell A1. Perfect. Which means that's the property. That's the property. See that putting the value over there. There is the property. Okay, that we have given to a particular cell. Okay. I hope there's no confusion. I think I am making the points clear. Okay, if there is, please make a shout so that I can re-clarify it. Okay.
Could you please explain more about properties of few model
Would you be happy if I tell you a distinction, an iconic distinction, okay, that actually explains you how the property looks and how the method looks. Okay, I guess that would make things very clear to you. Okay, so if you still don't understand in another 5 minutes, okay, you repeat your question. So, I want to see the properties. Okay, I want to see the properties of a particular particular thing. Okay, particular object. Okay, so where do I get to see the properties? Okay, I can see the properties from here. Okay, so I request each of you. It is extremely simple right now before it becomes complex. Okay, I want you guys to follow me precisely so that when we make a leap, you can take a leap with me. Okay, so I'm taking very baby steps right now, very small steps. Follow up. Okay, so I am clicking on this icon, or I'm clicking on F2. Okay, and I am able to get to see the classes. Okay, and the properties or the methods of the classes. Okay, or I would say I am able to see the objects and the related the properties or the events or the methods of that particular object. Okay, so now how would I be able to differentiate? Okay, what the IDE is thinking? Okay, is it thinking it to be a property? Is it thinking it to be a method? Is it thinking it to be an event? Is it thinking it to be a module? Okay, what is it that it is thinking? Okay, I have given you a rough idea of what property would be. Okay, but my opinion and your opinion may disagree. Okay, sometime I might say that this is a property. You will say no, this looks like a method to me, but it doesn't matter. Okay, sometimes it looks confusing, but VBA has a solution. VBA says I'll do the judgment. Okay, so if I want to say a property, okay, the property icon would look like this. Okay, if I want to say if I see this, okay, I'll assume it's a property. Okay, if I see this, what does a property do? The property would take a value or return a value. It will not do any action. Okay, so for example, you are going if you are going to ask my name. Okay, so you can give a name to me. Okay, or you can take a name from me. Okay, you can paint the wall blue. Okay, or you can paint the wall white. Okay, so you can see the color, or you can do it. You can change the color. So it's a fixed thing. You are able to make kind of you're changing the property. Okay, so you're able to set, or you are able to get. Okay, in the property. That's all. Okay, so here is the property. If you get the icon like this, you get a property. If you get an icon like this, you get a property. If you get an icon like this, you have to understand it's a method. Okay, if you get an icon like this, you'll have to understand this is a method. If you get an icon like this, you understand it's an event. If you get an icon like this, you understand it's a constant, module, class, user-defined type, global, library, project, built-in type enum. Okay. Uh, so even if you have the slightest bit of confusion in comprehending what could be a property or not a property, the VBA is going to help you thoroughly in making a judgment. Did it answer the question correctly, or you want me to explain a little bit more on this? Hello, quickly, fast. Have you understood?
I got it. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
If you don't have, you can we can discuss it right now. Okay, it's the time we are not moving forward, because you have to grasp these concepts very clearly. Okay, so that we move ahead together. हम चलेंगे साथ साथ.
I got the idea. Thank you.
Fair enough. Now, macros versus Visual Basic Editor. Okay, I have already spoken about it. Okay. This is how we would be able to get the development tab on this. This is how we record macro. Okay, I think we have done this part. Okay, now what is the most important thing? Okay, that you should do for learning anything. Okay, arrange help. How do you get help over here? You press an F1, okay, and then you get a help. So everybody close quickly, press F1 on the application. You all have got the material that I am using for this particular course. Okay, so as I'm doing it, you can even do this. Okay, so you press an F1 and you are able to get there. Bang. Okay, so F1 is help. Okay, so anybody trying F1, it would mean help. Okay, fair enough. So I'm complete. I've done all the inspection of IDE, okay, and some of the very starting and the basic concepts of VBA right now. However, well, I would spend another 3 minutes on explaining IDE again. Okay, how do you open the IDE? Okay, the answer is you press an Alt F11, you get the IDE. Okay. How do you write an application in IDE? What is the first thing that you do? You write sub ABC, okay, and then you can write your program. Cell dot, or you can write cell 1,1 and early. Now cell 1,1, where would it go? It would go to an active sheet. We'll talk about that. Okay, but what is important to know right now is you write a program. To start writing a program, you write sub. Okay, when you write sub and some name over here it's going to do end sub all by itself. Okay, important. Okay, we have file, import file, export file. What is the file that it's going to import and export? It is going to import and export this module. Okay, how did I get this module? Let's get rid of this module. Okay, how do I get rid of this module? Okay, I go to this module, okay, and I say remove module, and I don't want to save this module. Okay, Any questions from somebody? No. You okay? Now I want to get this module where I need to write this program. I go to insert module. Okay, just get friendly with this. Okay, uh, you have file, import, export, remove module. Okay, you can import module and export module. Uh, Remember it at the back of your head. You will do it in the coming course, in this course itself. Okay. Now you have a file, edit. Okay, all those things. Find, replace, list property, list constraint, quick info, parameter, the compare words. These are some of the word processing help that are available. Okay, you can see view. Okay, how do you get this thing? Okay, somebody might not be able to get this thing too. So where do you get this from? You get this from Project Explorer. This is called Project Explorer. Okay. If you click this off, okay, and if you want to get this, okay, you will use Code Explorer. Okay, so this is called Code Explorer. This is called Project Explorer, and you get all these things from View. Okay, Project Explorer. Okay, and there's something which is called Property Window, but we will talk about it in when we will be doing forms. Okay. So there's a lot to cover. Toolbar things. Insert. Okay, you can insert a procedure. You have written sub. You can actually do it automatically, like A, B, C. I don't know why ABC is my favorite, but ABC. Okay, and the procedure gets formed. Okay, insert. Now there's something which is called user form. You can attach and create a user form over here. Okay. We will discuss this user form too. Okay, that is also in the agenda. Then immediate window. The immediate window is an immediate window. So when you are debugging your program, this window is very important. Class module. Okay, class module is the class module. Here you can create a class. It doesn't like a private class because the class are always private. We'll talk on this too. Format, alignment, debug. Okay, how do you run the program? Okay, you run the program in multiple ways. Okay, very quickly. If I am to, let me get rid of this class and all those things. Let me quickly write a module. Okay, write a module, and I say the message box, MSG box. Okay, and I'll say hello world. Okay, and I want to, okay, if I go to developer tab, okay, and in this developer tab you can actually do a lot of things. Okay, you can go to insert, and you can put a button over here. Okay, so there are two type of buttons that you see. One is a macro button. Okay, this is a macro button. You just have to do a right click and assign a macro to this. Assign a macro. Okay, and you assign a macro. This is one way of doing it. Okay. The other way of doing it is using an ActiveX control. You do double click. You get a button. You just call ABC. platform, and to run it. Oh, there is nothing in the ABC. What was the name of my class? What was the name of my class? ABC. Okay, let me get rid of this class then. This is the design mode. I have to get rid of. I have to get out the design mode to run the application. Remove class. No. Hello world. Hello world. Okay. Let me sum it up once again. Before we move further, so to run the application, to run the application, you have to come into the execute mode. So there would be two modes. One is a design mode, the other is a run mode or execute mode. Okay. If I click on the design mode, you would see what I get. Okay, this is you see, I am able to design this, okay, in the design mode, okay, and I'm able to run this in the run mode. If I click on this, I'm able to run it. If I click on this, I'll be able to design this. Okay, to change the caption of this, okay, I can do a right click on this and go to property. Property would be there from where I can change the caption of this. This is the caption. Okay, I can say my button. Design mode. Hello world. Any difficulty so far before I move to more concepts on this? Any question, anything that you find challenging? The session is being recorded. So if you have any problem, you can watch the session. But right now I'm in front of you, asking you, challenging you. If you have any problem, okay, fire it on me. Praveen Kumar, you have any problem? Anybody, any problem? Any question, anything?
It's fine, Jeffrey.
You're understanding everything that we are talking?
Actually, the button creation and the program which you have written, that sheet, by taking the sheet and hello world, so all are fine. Okay.
All is fine. Okay. You see, this is VBA. Okay, and this is a very, very important programming platform for small scale programming. Okay, if you give time to this, and if you give value time to this, if you give value attention to this, this thing is going to do a miracle in your resume. It's a very good analytical tool. It is a very strong stepping stone for people who want to do the automation in Excel, or people who wants to move into the ladder of data science, or people who wants to do an automation into workflows. Okay, it gives you ample tools to do automation and data churning. So give your attention to this and find it making a lot of changes in the way you see the data. I am taking a break for just 5 minutes. Okay, don't go away. You practice what you are doing. Practice the button creation. The two type of buttons that we have created. One was the the ActiveX button, the other one was the macro button. Create a macro, do it, let it sink into you. I'm coming back in 5 minutes. It's 7:55. I'm coming back in 8 o'clock, and we can continue from there. Welcome back, guys. Praveen Kumar. Hello, am I audible?
Hi. I, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Should we proceed? Any question on what we have discussed right now? I think it was quite simple, but still, if there are questions, they are all valuable. Okay. Fair enough. Now let's move to the next phase of it. What have I got in my notes? This note I have generated for you guys so that we what I show you, you have a documentation of the steps and every detail of it. These notes have been taken not from one place, but from variety of places. Okay, based on what I was trying to actually bring in my courses. Okay, uh, from wherever I have taken it. Okay, the credit goes is at the bottom. Okay, so you can go to that place and can see the notes by yourself. Some of the notes have been modified, okay, per the training requirement, but still, okay, they're they're same. Okay. Now let's talk about data type. Okay. Uh, of course, uh, all of you must have come from some kind of or must have done some programming language in your life, like C, C++, C Sharp. Maybe some may have done Java, VB6, VB.NET. Okay, Python, Perl. Um, what else? Okay, okay, R, M. Okay, so there's so many languages right now. Interestingly, I have trained myself in M as well. It's a very nice language to learn that gives you a lot of option of making visual graphics, okay, with data. Okay, if you are in love with data, you love that language. Okay, and somebody who is doing a lot of Excel, okay, he must also learn M. Okay, maybe if I get a chance, I'll share my learning with you guys. Okay. So these are the data types we have. Okay. All the languages I have spoken have data types. Okay. Uh, so these are the data types we have: byte, integer, long, single, double, currency, the decimal. You are able to see the size that it occupies on your hard disk or in your memory when you run that particular program. You would also have to observe over here, yeah, what is the range of that data type. If you are talking about integer, it is 32,776 positive and 32,776 negative. Long, single, double, currency, decimal. Okay. Uh, if I'm to ask you, which of these would be able to take decimal data? Okay, your answer should be the decimal and double. These are strings. Strings are nothing, but the stream of characters is they are called string in the programming language or in the programming jargon. So does a string have a fixed length? No, string doesn't have a fixed length. It is 1 to 65,400 characters. Okay. A string with variable length has 0 to 2 billion characters. Okay. Boolean, it is putting Boolean as well under the string type. I beg to differ. Okay. Date is also, yeah, date is mutable to string sometimes. Variant numeric, okay, and variant text. So these are the data types we have. We in programming language or in the practice is would use lot of integer, lot of long, lot of string, lot of boolean, lot of date, and lot of objects. Now, what is an object? Uh, Object is anything. Okay, anything is an object until it is not defined. For example, uh, string can be an object. Okay, integer can be an object. So anything can be an object. It is like human beings. Okay, they are born without a kind of a caste creed religion. Okay, slowly they come to know of it. They have other attributes as well. Okay, but when the object is born, the object can be anything. Okay, later on you can attribute it to whatever you want to based on what you have assigned things into it. I'm getting a blink over here. Okay. Okay, so we have seen object. Here is a very interesting case of 0 and 1. If you say minus 1, okay, to boolean, it also considers it as false. Okay, as it considers 0 as false. Okay, so this is the example that tries to elucidate that particular thing.
So this example is only for this like VBA Excel programming, or it's a generic for other programming also?
I can't comment on this. Okay, this is not a principle. However, where 0 is a universal false and 1 is a universal true, but -1 is a false. Whether it is universal or not, I can't comment on it.
Okay.
Here is a little bit more elaborate explanation of what we have just spoken and discussed. Okay, so it talks about object. Okay, he says, the article says that it can be an ActiveX program. So I have said in very categorically and clear words that it can be anything. Okay, and then you have there is an object, you have to box it as something. Now let's put this knowledge into action. Okay, and see something here. Okay. One last thing which I deliberately missed to say. Okay, how is it that deliberately missed? But anyway, is I chose not to say that there is a data type called variant data type. Okay, which means that if I say dim I, and if I say I is equal to 10, okay, so it will become integer. So how can I prove it? Message box. The problem that is happening with me right now is that there are so many languages that runs in my head. So one is moving, one is getting overlap on the other. But there is a function which is called type type in VBA, data type in VBA. Okay, that will give this data type in VBA, data type in VBA. So you would appreciate a fact that the programmer doesn't have to remember everything. There is a help available on internet which is called Google. Okay, so all that you have to know is that to be sure that there is something which is called you have to have a slightest of the sketch in your head, and a lot of help is available over net as well. But that is for the details of it. For the concepts, okay, you have to be clear with it. Okay, else the programming life would be difficult. Syntax MSG. Okay, this is an integer. Okay, because although I have not defined it, okay, but I have said it's 10 and it has become an integer. Now I would say welcome and you'll see it will become a string. If I say .33, it will become a double. Now this is strange. This data type is a variant, and the data type assignment is happening dynamically inside the program. There is a window hosting environment that actually caters to these kind of activity, but leave that alone. That's too kind of technical stuff to actually to focus on. It is of no importance. It is good to know information. So why, if I say dim I as integer, it's going to throw us an error. And it's not going to throw us an error, but if I choose to say the value of I, okay, look at what it is throwing, 33. Okay. So it is throwing us 33. The dots are gone. So there is something which is called implicit conversion. Okay, there is something which is called explicit conversion. Now, this is and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I already spent a lot of time on this. Okay, 2 more minutes over here. Here, when we are saying, when we are defining things explicitly, we are saying that you have to behave like this. When we are saying you have to behave like this, then there is a prefixing that is happening. Okay, which would help your program run a little bit faster before the compiler understands what it is. Okay, but if you say I over here, okay, and then you put a value, the assignment happens at the runtime. Okay, so it would be post coupling or post fixing kind of thing. Okay, so which would make your program run slow. It will make your program go done. Okay. Hope I have made this point very clear to you. There is nothing more important on this point to explain. Okay. Do you want to see the true or false as well? I can give you I can make it happen. I say I is equal to 0. Okay. Let's see what happens. As I have to explicitly say as a boolean. It's false. Okay. If I say 1, that's true. I have said this. There is one thing which I have not said over here is option explicit and option implicit. But I will speak about it when we would be talking about arrays. Okay. So option explicit and option implicit, we'll talk on that term. Okay. There's nothing left on this particular area of concept. Anybody have any problem? Just fire it on me. Okay, I'll try to answer it. Else I move to the next one. Any question? Praveen, do you have a question?
I'm fine. No issues.
Okay. Harsha, you have a question? Krishna, you have a question? Anybody who has a question, please fire on to me. I would be moving to the next part of it. So, next part of it is even simpler. Okay, we would be talking about addition and multiplication. Okay, today's training is entirely dedicated to understanding the concept before we take up the difficult part of the programming. Okay, so there are not so difficult part of the programming, just that it would require a little more attention, and I would have to go a little bit more on the details. Okay, so don't be scared. There is nothing difficult over here, especially in VBA. VBA is very popular because it is very simple. VBA is very popular because you can do without doing very clean programming. You can do dirty programming and still can get results, because it caters to small and mid type of business or business need. Okay, so you cannot use VBA for 1,000 people or half 100 people. You can use it for a small group of 10, 12, 13. Okay, so these are the type of group that you can use. You cannot use VBA for 500 MB data, 300 MB data, 200 MB data. No, you cannot use it like this. Okay, it can manipulate and it can churn 15 MB, 20 MB, 30 MB data. Okay, so however, its engine has actually improved a lot. It in the background uses something which is called jet engine. Okay, so it has improved a lot. Okay, and it is improving a lot. There were a lot of rumors that Microsoft is pulling away VBA, but this is not happening, because even Microsoft has pulled away VBA from Macintosh computers, but later on Microsoft had to realize because of the demand and the popularity of VBA, it has to put it back on it. Okay, so VBA is not going anywhere. Okay, and it is a very integral tools of very consequence. Okay, now what next? Okay, so here are the operations. These are mathematical operations. This is called plus. This is called minus. This is called multiply. This is called division. Okay, and this is called exponential division, and this is called modular division. Okay, I would have to explain this one. Okay, and there is a brother sister of this as well. Okay, so there I'll show to you what is happening over here. Okay, I am saying I. Okay, if I divide 9 by 2, okay, what result should I expect? 4.5. Okay, if I divide it like this, what result should I expect? 4. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening is that when you divide 9 by 2, okay, there is a remainder 1. Uh, when you use this one, okay, it takes the remainder and then it does the fraction. If you do like this, okay, it's not going to take the remainder, okay, and then you'll get the result. So this is a very small thing to notice. The other thing that I would have to do is mod 1. 1 is the remainder. The mod returns the remainder. Very very basic thing. Okay, just need to remember, and this part is also done. Now, any question on this, please? Arithmetic operation. Okay. Uh, I over here I have to write one more thing. Okay. There is a BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule that it follows. Okay. Now we call it priority of uh, uh, operation. Okay, I can simply write over here. Okay, and it will give us the priority of arithmetic operation in VBA. Now this is what I'm going to say is a universal accepted concept. Okay, so operator precedence. Okay, you better go through uh, this this article. Okay, and you would have more clarity on this. I am adding this article on over here. Okay. I'm trying to sync it. Okay. Sync now. Not syncing. I don't know. Okay, why it's not syncing? If it is not syncing, I'll put this on the on my which drive. So OneDrive, official OneDrive. You can see this from there. Now let's move to string operation. The string operation. What is a string? As I said, it is a stream of character. There are a few string operations. Okay. What is okay? So if this is very extremely simple. Okay, the string operations that we have over here. If I am to say my full name, Muhammad, okay, and I can say space early Jaffrey, okay, and if I say Muhammad Ali Jaffrey, okay, Muhammad Ali Jaffrey, this is how you concatenate it. You can also concatenate it using plus. It will do the same. If you can also create a space by saying SPAC space, if I'm not wrong, yeah. Yeah, and I'll say one space. Yes. Okay. So these are the small things. I will just put the program over here. Okay, no rocket science on this. Now I have just 5 minutes left for this training to get over. So in next 2 minutes, I would like to see message box and input box. Okay, which are not the part of this, but I would make a part of this. Okay, I will say message box, MSG box, and input box. Okay. Now if the best way to approach this would be, yeah, I'll use some art. I'll find an article. MSG box VBA. MSD an article would be there, and it would be very good article. If you don't say MSD an article, that's okay. I'm not interested in this part of it. Okay. One simple thing that I want to show you, which this person has showed. Okay. I want Muhammad Ali Jafri like this. MSG box. Okay, and I'll say MD and VB new line. New line. Okay. I guess it's and VB new line. Okay. Let's see what we get. You see this? We get an Muhammad Ali like that. Okay. But this is not what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you what are the options that you see. Okay. So if I click over here, okay, I would like to put an article. Okay, that's the reason I was searching for the article. Anyways, is you get different type of buttons. Okay, but now this button would return something. Okay, so I have to do dim I. Okay, this is how we assign. Now you would see something happened. Okay, this icon. Okay, this is an information icon. Okay, then VB. No, about retry. Just play around with it. Okay, I would give you an article over here. Okay, which would be very helpful in playing with these kind of things. Okay, I can go on and explain all these things. Okay, in detail, but they are not so important. Okay, in understanding greater concepts of programming. Okay, you can just play around with it, and you'll get a ample information on that. I gave you a hint. Okay, you can take it further from there. Then there is a button called, just one more minute, okay, and I think there's something which is called input button as well. Input button. Okay, it carries a prompt. What is a prompt? Prompt, hello, what you're going to write in the center. The title, I am an input button. It is asking for position. You don't require a position. Okay, you can click Y position. Where do you want to see this input button on the screen? Okay, it wants a help file. You can attach a help file. You can give a path of a help file. Okay, you can also give a context. Okay, so I don't want all these things. Okay, I want to know what does it return. Okay, does so if I say message now, I'm a button, I'm an input button. Hello, how are you? Okay, hello, how are you? Okay, now if I say 1 over here, it's going to show me 1, but this one is not to be the one that we can take it as the string. Well, it can take it as integer. It is going to throw us an error right now. Let's see if it throws an error. I'll say 1, and it should throw, oh no, it has not thrown an error, but it has implicitly changed the character of it. Okay, it returns integer. How do we check? It is returning integer type name. Okay, type name I, and I say 1. It's 1. Okay, and this is okay, hang on. This must be an improvement there. It should, yeah, it returns it converts it as string. Okay, right. But now this is interesting. 1 year ago, it was an error. Okay, it was illegal to get the value of integer through this particular input button. Okay, so now this is legal. So this is all we have for today's VBA session. Okay, hope you guys liked it. Tomorrow we would be doing VB comparison operator, logical operator, fixed array, branching statement, case statement, switches, loop, and matrices, dynamic array. Okay, these are the things that we will do tomorrow. Okay, and the things that are left in between, we will cover that next day. Oh well, tomorrow I'm on leave tomorrow, guys. So there won't be a training tomorrow. It's kind of very rare that I take leave in training, and I hate to take it, but I have no choice but to take it. There is something very important which cannot be done without my presence, so I would have to take the leave. Okay, so tomorrow there would not be any training, but at the same time we meet on Monday and we will have a blast with training. Okay, any question, anything that you guys want me to do more on this training, or any expectation?
Yeah, hi Geoffrey. Uh, I have missed a lot of the content which you have provided before the break. Can I get the recorded session?
You can get the recorded session, no problem.
Can you share it actually?
Once the recording is finished, okay, I'll share it with you.
Okay.
You will still being recorded, Krishna.
Yeah, actually. Okay. Can you please send me the meeting link on Monday? Yeah.
Did you not get the meeting link?
Yeah, today I didn't get.
Today you did not get?
Yeah.
I'm really kind of pained by this particular activity of training department. Why there are so many people who do not get meeting links? I don't know why. Okay, maybe because the trainings have not been approved. But when I add them in the training, okay, so I expect this meeting link to stay with them as long as the training is going on. But when I come for the next day in the training room, okay, then there would be a lot of friends who have not received the meeting link, and which is the Sanjeev Singh has to take care. He is taking care of exchange. He would have to answer this. Okay. So Krishna, fine.
Please make sure I'll get this link because it is helpful for me. Yeah.
Sure, you will get it. Okay. Yeah. And don't give me the short ID, employee ID. Give me the short ID. That helps me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any question?
I think might be tomorrow we'll be coming with questions. Today we'll go through the session.
Tomorrow I am on holiday. Chutti.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll come. I'll be on Monday at your service. Okay. So fair enough. So hope you guys have enjoyed the session. Okay. My effort, this training is to give you everything that is in VBA. Okay. It's not a very vast thing. Okay. And you can vouch on me. I've spent 3 years of my life VBA stuff. I know this thing inside out. Okay, so I'll try to amass everything that I know. Okay, in VBA, and then I'll present this to you guys because this is a very consequential thing. This is a very it's a thing that can actually be, even if you don't know some of the hi-fi data analytics tool, okay, and you know what is the data you want, you can actually program it through VBA, okay, and it's damn so easy. You can do a lot of analytics, you can do a lot of graph, you can do a lot of tables, you can do whatnot, you can size your managers, you can do the colors, you can do. I was when I started VBA, okay, CSE was my first company, okay, and I did as a data analyst in CSE for Maple Leaf, which was the client, okay, and 3 years, okay, I struggled and learned VBA, okay, and that was my first programming assignment. After that, I learned programming, okay. And after that I learned, I don't know how many languages, 6-7 languages in programming. Okay, so this was a very strong stepping stone for me. And when I see today's world, how people are hopping for big data and data analytics, okay, even if I don't do any of it, okay, I know that I have a very strong tool, okay, which can do everything that these people are dreaming of. Okay, a strong knowledge of VBA. Okay, and when you have a strong knowledge of VBA, okay, trust me, you would be it would be very easy for you to learn other programming language or the new programming language like M, R, Python. Okay, these things would be very easy for you to learn. Okay, in the specs of the data science. Okay, for uh, for DevOps people. Okay, the programming discipline of VBA, they would help you learn programming language like Java, um, VBA, VB.NET, C Sharp. Okay. In fact, from 13th on, I think 13th on, if I'm programming a session, which would be C Sharp session inside out for DevOps, from basic to where it takes you. Uh, we would not be doing ASP, of course. We would be doing Windows programming, and every fabric in the Windows programming we would be touching. Okay, like we would be touching here in VBA. Okay, so after this, this is what my next plan is. So join me, guys. Okay, on Monday. I bid you goodbye for now. Thank you.